Welcome to Colonie TV, the governmental educational channel for the town of Colonie.
Hello and welcome to the Senior Resources Show. My name is Cary and I'm the Director of the Town of Colonie Senior Resources Department. I'm glad that you could join me today. Today I'm very pleased to welcome my guest, Jim Quinn, who is the Director of the Umbrella of Colonie program. Jim, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Well, it's great to have you on the show. I know a lot of the seniors and their caregivers in the town are very aware of the Umbrella Colonie program, but it's not known to everybody. So I was hoping that you could just start off by telling us a little bit about what is Umbrella.
Well, Chris, Umbrella is a home maintenance program designed to help seniors stay longer in their home, live safely, and more affordably too, by providing low-cost maintenance services.
Well, it sounds good, Jim. How did Umbrella of Colonie come about? I know that there was an Umbrella of the Capital District, and I know from my 20 years of working in the field that a lot of seniors were in that program, and then a few years ago we had Umbrella of Colonie. Can you give us a little bit of the history?
Well, actually it goes back to 1995. A gentleman named Ron Byrne out of Schenectady started what was called the Umbrella of the Capital District. Actually out of necessity. It was his mother that needed some help at home, and he couldn't always be there to help her. So he came up with this idea of putting handymen in contact with homeowners, senior homeowners that need help at home but have nowhere to turn really.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems pretty simplistic way to start a business, but he was really addressing an unmet need that he saw in his own family, and it's really grown from there.
Absolutely. We took it over in 2008. We actually bought the concept from him because it fits our mission at Colonie Seniors so well to help seniors. And that's exactly what this program does. It helps seniors.
And as we know, seniors want to stay in their home. They've been in this, I say it oftentimes when I'm taping the show, they've been in this community for so long. They've built this community, and staying in their home is where they want to be. And it is the most affordable place for seniors to live their retirement years.
Absolutely, and you think about the history, the families living in homes where their children were born, and who wants to leave that? You know what I mean? People do want to stay at home in a familiar surroundings where they grew up with their families, and that's what this program does. It just helps the seniors stay in their own homes.
Well, when you talk about, the founder seeing that, he needed this help for his mom, I think that's very relevant today because so many seniors, their children are either not local or they don't have children to assist them or neighbors or friends. So Umbrella helps to fill that void for a lot of people, I imagine.
Yes, Chris, I hear that every day actually. Another thing is that a lot of families, they just don't want to burden their children. They know their children have their own homes. So instead of calling their son and saying, hey, would you come help put up a curtain rod for me? They feel like they're putting a burden on their children. They'd rather remain independent. And that's what Umbrella does. It helps them remain independent.
Yeah, that's great. Well, let's talk a little bit about the eligibility of the program. Can you tell me a little bit about who is eligible for the program? What does your typical Umbrella member look like?
Well, to join Umbrella, first off, Umbrella of Colonie that is, you have to be a resident of the town of Colonie, which includes Latham, Loudville. It's a pretty big area, as you know. And you have to be 55 or older, or 50 and up if you're handicapped or disabled.
Wow, that's good. That's pretty generous, broad guidelines for the program. And does the individual have to be a homeowner? Can they be a renter? Can they live in, say they live in a mobile home park and they have a mobile home of their own, but they're paying for just the land that they're living on?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We have seen more and more of our members coming from living in apartments. I think a lot of seniors that do live in apartments still need help at times cleaning or fixing things within the four walls of their apartment.
Beyond what the landlord will do.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as we see folks I was speaking with a woman this morning who's 93, living in her apartment doing just fine, but I thought she would be perfect for Umbrella because it would just give her that little extra support that she needs, keep her out of assisted living or nursing home or whatever the next step may be if she can no longer do it in her own home, maintain her own home.
Absolutely. Recently is that landlords are really not upholding their end of the bargain, maintaining the apartment up to the standard that it should be. And that's where, sometimes the resident of that apartment doesn't want to wait around for the landlord to fix something within the apartment. So here we are, the perfect alternative for them.
Absolutely. And when you talk about renters, you're talking about their safety and security. And it's different many times for older folks than it is for younger folks, because a fall due to a safety issue not being addressed can really change somebody's long-term, outlook about where they're going to live and how they're going to live the remaining years.
Yeah, safety, I would say, is number one with Umbrella. That is the number one thing that we try to identify as we go into a household. Is this a safe environment? Do we need to put grab bars up or handrails, or are there tripping hazards? Mm-hmm. These are things that we identify right up front to help the member live there safely.
And that really speaks to, why it's so important that these services are provided to seniors.
That's right.
Yeah. So when somebody calls you, and at the end of the show we'll give your contact information, but when somebody thinks that they're interested in either Umbrella for themselves or for a loved one, what happens? How do they go about, getting enrolled in the program or learning more about the program?
Well, the first step is actually the home visit, Chris. I get the phone call, I set up a home visit where I actually go to the home and meet the potential member and kind of see what their home looks like, get an idea of what their needs are going to be as far as maintenance goes and safety as well. And once we have our discussion, we get them signed up. The very first step is a 17-point home inspection, and that's done by a certified home inspector. And we're just trying to identify, are there safety issues? Are there deferred maintenance issues? And what else, maybe like a strategic plan that is put in place to help the homeowner get their home up to standard. A lot of homes that I go into, you'd be quite surprised that people live in that kind of environment. It's sad at times to see that, but it's also heartwarming for me because Umbrella, is there to help. Where a lot of times, these seniors really don't have much contact with anyone, and they're kind of alone and lonely and need help, and they don't know who to turn to. They don't have family members local, and Umbrella to the rescue.
Yeah, that's absolutely what it is. When you look at the clients that you serve, many of them are widowed women who are living alone. Yeah. And I know myself, when I have to take care of home maintenance, I don't know where to begin, who to trust, who to let in my home. Right. And I'm a younger person doing this. And when you're alone and you're living on a fixed income, I think your home maintenance is the one thing that does get deferred, because you have to get to the doctors, you have to buy your medications, you have to, eat and pay your heating bill. So, maybe getting the gutters replaced, right, or getting that yard work done are some of the things that you let slide.
Absolutely. And I think you also brought up another good point, is who do you trust? I mean, nowadays you're constantly hearing in the news about seniors getting scammed or ripped off by, contractors driving around neighborhoods looking for work. And, our workforce basically is made up of handymen and women for the most part. And they're completely vetted. We do full background checks on everyone. Criminal background check, credit check, driver's license. Credit check, you wouldn't even have an Umbrella worker coming to your house with bad credit. And that's important because you need to be able to trust people. Mm-hmm. And if somebody's coming to your house and they've got bad credit, who knows what could happen? Mm-hmm. So trustworthy is really important for us.
Mm-hmm. It's important for everybody. And I don't think everyone, seniors most importantly, can ever minimize the importance of being very, very careful about who you allow in your home and who you accept services from.
Absolutely.
So typically when something has the Colony name on it, I think the seniors can trust it, that they're going to get a reputable product and good service.
You know, and that's another great thing about Umbrella is the town of Colonie really backs this program by providing scholarships for some of our lower income members, helping them offset the cost of membership. And to have the backing of the town, that's a big deal. And you know, when I go into a home visit, a membership meeting, and state something like that, that the town of Colonie is backing and supporting this program, that means a lot to them.
Yeah, well, it means a lot to the town as a town employee myself, and a strong proponent of this program. I've made many referrals to the program over the years. You know, I trust the work that's done, and I know how important it is for all of us who work for the town to make sure that our seniors are able to maintain safely in their homes and have the services that they need, because the next alternative to not being able to live in your home is really losing your independence if you have to, you know, go to assisted living or a nursing home. There's no place like home.
Right.
And that's what we try to provide for our residents.
That's a great point, Chris, maintaining your independence. I mean, one of the hardest things I think for seniors is when they have to give up their car.
Yes.
You know, they're no longer independent. They can no longer go to the grocery store when they want to.
Right.
They have to rely on transportation services or a friend. So I think maintaining independence is probably what any senior would want more than anything.
Absolutely. Now, we talked about what happens when somebody enrolls in the program. You go out and you see them, and then you have the inspection done, the 17-point inspection of their home. What happens, while that's done, the person's in the program, they've either gotten a scholarship to help them pay for the annual fee, or they've set up payment arrangements or have paid for it. When they see that maybe they want some painting done, or they have yard work or something that they want addressed, how do they go about getting a handyman, and how do you assess what it is that you're able to do or not do for a person?
Well, it's very easy, Chris. When somebody joins as a member, all they need to do is call us at 459-7152, put in a job request, and within 48 hours, they'll get a call from one of our handymen or women calling to set up the job appointment. The handyman goes to the house, does the job, gets paid $12 an hour. It's that simple. Now, some jobs may be a little bit above and beyond what a handyman can handle, but in those cases, we have found contractors and negotiated special pricing with all contractors in all the trades, electricians, plumbers, you name it, roofers, where if the handyman can't get it done at $12 an hour, we have contractors that will get it done, and at negotiated pricing. So the homeowner is saving money any way you look at it. You need something done at your home, we either get a handyman on the job or we have a contractor that can fill that void as well.
Well, I know one of the ladies that I help in the town recently had a significant amount of work done in her home. And she was just thrilled. It just changed her whole outlook on the winter months coming ahead. Just getting new curtain rods hung in her kitchen, in her living room, and having, the room painted, and having a new front door put on made all the difference in the quality of life for someone. It wasn't a very expensive job at $12 an hour, but it made a significant difference for her in her life.
Yeah, I see that all the time, Chris. I go into a home and it's dark and dreary, and you know, a lot of times the homeowner is kind of sad or depressed because they're alone and they feel like, how can I fix all this? How can I take care of that? And just to see how someone's life can be brightened up by, you know, a fresh coat of paint, or fixing, you know, a problem with a door that might have been broken for 20 years, but they just never, you know, took care of it. And fixing these little things really makes a difference in their life.
It does, and not just for seniors, but for anyone. When you get that little repair done, it makes you feel so good that that door is finally working again and it's safe. I wanted to ask you about the different types of jobs. You know, you talked about painting and home repairs, but let's talk, we're getting into the winter months, about yard work. I know you've been busy with that, and snow removal, and how do you handle those kinds of requests from seniors?
Well, I mean, we've been going through obviously the fall, and there's been a lot of fall cleanup. Leaves and stuff like that need to be raked. And we've been benefiting from quite a few volunteers from local schools that we're sending groups of kids over to help breaking, and that's actually free to the homeowner. And that helps a lot too, because a lot of our members are lower income, and even $12 an hour is a stretch for them. So to get them some free help, that's nice, and we've been blessed with some local schools stepping up and helping. Beyond that, we have handymen, like I said, at the $12 rate. That pretty much we have handymen that can handle painting, shoveling, snow blowing, you name it. So we do have handymen that are skilled in all different areas. So this time of year, we are getting a lot of requests for snow removal. I'm sure snow is right around the corner.
Don't say
that.
And
yeah, I don't want to say it. So with Umbrella, if the homeowner has a snow blower, then we send a handyman over. They use the member's snow blower, $12 an hour. For the member that doesn't have the equipment, we do have contractors lined up, snowplow companies lined up to help remove the snow this winter. So we have negotiated special pricing with them, so they are getting discounts. And that's basically it. The winter is, a lot of people just kind of pack it in for the winter, and we've helped with that too, bringing in lawn furniture and bringing hoses in for the winter and stuff like that. And I think our painter remains pretty busy too during the winter.
Yeah. Now, when you just to go back to the snow removal, I just wanted to make a point to people who maybe have snow removal contracts of their own already outside of the umbrella program. Many times those contracts don't include the sidewalks and the steps, and those are the safety issues that always concern me as a social worker. I always tell seniors that they have to prepare for the worst case scenario. God forbid EMS has to get in your house at night, get up your walk. If you get sick or you fall, Umbrella can come out and do just those small jobs, just doing the sidewalk that maybe your contract man won't do. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes. Well, in this case, actually, our contractor is willing to get out of his truck and shovel driveways or paths for the dog out back, you know what I mean? So our contractor, that was something that we made clear up front, that we needed that with the senior population that we serve, and safety being such an important issue of ours. So that is something that we have worked out, but we do have handymen ready to go for those people with the extra long sidewalks that need to be done, or stairs and stuff like that.
My father-in-law always used to shovel a path for the oil man.
Oh, for the oil man? Wow.
Yeah. My husband, when my husband took over the task of shoveling the snow, he said, "I can't believe I'm shoveling a path for the oil man," but he was always grateful for that.
I guess.
So when we talk about the handymen, you said they're not always men, they're women as well that do this type of work, and it's really seniors helping seniors. Can you just tell me a little bit about what your handyman looks like when the senior opens the door and the handyman is there to greet them?
Right. It is seniors helping seniors for the most part, Chris. Our handymen and women are, for the most part, retired, but have skill sets that they still want to use. They don't want that full-time job anymore, 40 hours a week, but they still want to work. They still want to give 10, 20 hours a week to working. And, I think for the most part, our handy people, are doing it for the right reason. They want to help seniors. They want to help people, and like I said, our handymen are retired for the most part, so they are seniors. They're more sympathetic to whatever the environment one of our members has to live in, and more caring and understanding of some of the issues that come with aging. So, they're sympathetic, they're conscientious, they're retired, but they still want to work. They want to give back to the community that they live in as well. For the most part, all of our handy people do live right here in Colonie. And, what I've seen through the years is that, a friendship builds between the handyman woman and the member.
Yes,
it's just
I've seen
like
that
they
too.
become like family, and, it's really heartwarming to see that.
Yeah, I've seen that too with the folks that do the work. And another important component for the handy person is the source of income. It helps to supplement someone's retirement, which in today's economy is very important. So many of the handy folks, I'm sure, see this as a way to kind of increase their retirement.
Absolutely. Earn a little extra money on the side. $12 an hour is not bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Beyond the home maintenance, what are some of the other benefits of the Umbrella program? You know, I've been with you when you've spoken with people, and you not only cover Umbrella, but you cover so much more. You really take the time to make folks aware of not only the services provided through Colonie Senior Service Centers, but also through the town of Colonie. So if you could talk about some of those things, as well as, besides the home maintenance, some of the things Umbrella can do for a member.
Well, you brought up a good point. I mean, Umbrella is part of the Colonie Senior Service Centers, and our whole mission is to help seniors. And we do that in many different ways. We have health and wellness programs, we have transportation programs. You know, even in Umbrella, we have some concierge services. I have Ron, our hairstylist at Beltrone. He actually has gone out on home visits and done some people's hair that are part of the Umbrella program that can't get out of their home. That's really important. As Colonie Senior Service Centers, we are always trying to find other ways to help seniors. How else can we help seniors? And I mean, that's our mission, to help seniors. I mean, one way that we did during the middle of summer when we had a heat wave, we actually called every single one of our members just to make sure that their air conditioners were working or their fans were working and that they were going to be safe. That's really important to us. And during the winter, last winter, when we had the threat of a big snowstorm, we also called all of our members just to make sure that they were okay and that they knew where to call if they needed help. And you know, that's us. We're just trying to help seniors, and just like you in the Senior Resource Department, what other ways can we help seniors? Right now we're actually looking at a digital dialer system that would dial out to all of our members whenever there was any, you know, life-threatening issue that could be like a hurricane coming through or a bad snowstorm or a heat wave. You know, what other ways can we help our seniors, protect them, you know, like I said, live safely in their homes, you know, and give them a place to call, a resource.
Right, and that's so important. And I enjoy the working relationship that the Umbrella program, you and my organization, the Town Senior Resources Department, has, because we will talk back and forth, and we have, you know, the same resident members that we're helping to make sure that the folks are getting everything that they need. If you see somebody that has a no heat emergency, the first thing Umbrella does is check with the town. Are there resources in the town that through the heating assistance program in Albany County, or a last resort, or some kind of program that can really help these folks, so that if they're income eligible, they don't have to worry about the cost of that heating system replacement on their own. So that collaboration is so important. And many times for other agencies that work with these residents, because you're out there, your handymen are out there, you can see warning signs. You've come to me and said, gee, this member, you know, doesn't look like she's been, you know, isn't walking as well as she once did. And then we can really address it, give her a call and make sure that her medical needs and everything is going okay, or touch base with a family caregiver that may be out of town. So kind of the eyes and ears for a lot of different agencies, because you're out there and you see what people are facing.
Yeah, I really enjoy that relationship. Obviously, I think we're totally connected. Colonie Seniors, the Senior Resource Department, we work in the same building. We have many of the same clients or members, and you know, all for the benefit of the senior. I mean, and I love working with your group, and you've always given me a lot of help and referrals. And we kind of bounce things off of each other, which is great for the seniors in Colonie, for sure.
There's this new movement in the delivery of aging services to provide community-based services, to keep people out of institutional settings, to keep them in the community where they want to be. And I've been doing this work for 25 years, and this has been my banter for 25 years.
Right.
And now, finally, governments are taking a look at it and say, gee, it's so much more cost-effective to maintain someone in their home than the cost of possibly Medicaid for a long-term care institution.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of rewarding, and I say many times, finally, they're listening to us. Let's keep these people at home. It's more cost effective, it's where they want to be. And your services and the services of the town is really that underpinning to keeping people safe in the community. So it's an exciting time to be providing aging services, and it's really a great time for seniors, because the shift is occurring. You know, the dynamic of looking at long-term care, institutional care as the option is no longer an option for folks. It's just too cost prohibitive.
Absolutely.
Makes Umbrella all that more important.
Sure is.
One of the things I did want to touch on that we haven't is the Umbrella membership fee structure. How does that work? And are there other payment options available for folks who can't maybe pay the membership fee either upfront or at all?
Yes, absolutely. The Umbrella membership fee is based on a sliding scale. It is based on your annual gross income. And there are scholarships available through the town, the EPI program, which provides funds to help people with lower incomes get into the program. And it is based on income. There's like 4 tiers of income levels to help get the subsidy to people. The membership fee would be anywhere from $0 to $250 a year, based upon where you fit in that income tier. And there are also, for those people that can't afford that one payment up front for the membership, we do offer auto pay, which is a debit to your checking account monthly, so you can pay your membership fee off over a year, over 12 months. Dividing it into 12 makes it a lot easier to take than all at once. So that's available as well to any of our members who want to join the program.
Oh, that's great, because that breaks down that barrier that may prevent somebody from joining.
Right.
So that's very helpful.
You know, and I think even in the past, I know you have stepped up and Colonie Seniors has stepped up for those people that really just couldn't afford to get into the program, even though they had a certain income level, but they still couldn't afford it because of how many bills they had or how much debt they had. And we've made special exceptions to get people into the program, to get them the help they need.
Yeah, and I know as the town department that administers the EPI money, I look at that when someone comes to me. If their income is above the guidelines, but maybe their medical expenses are half of their income, we're certainly going to take that into consideration when giving scholarships to folks. So it's important that people recognize that there is that flexibility there. So they shouldn't not call because they think they can't afford it, right?
Yes.
We're running out of time, but if people are interested in joining the Umbrella program, how should they get in touch with you or the Umbrella program?
Well, the traditional way would be our phone number, 459-7152. But for the younger members, and we do have a Facebook page that would be Facebook/Colonie Seniors. And we also have a website, colonieseniors.org.
Great. And I think another thing, just in closing, I'll make a little plug for you, but you're probably always looking for handy people, too, to replenish.
Thank you for bringing that up.
To replenish your, you probably have some handy people that go south for the winter, so you probably have some holes in your network, maybe, of handy people. So I imagine if they use these phone numbers to contact you.
Absolutely. We're always looking for handy people, so we can never have enough workers, right? So I would encourage anyone out there that has any skill, you know, even if you just drive. A lot of our members use Umbrella for transportation. They want somebody to bring them to the doctor and actually sit there with them at the doctor, or take them grocery shopping or holiday shopping. You know, holidays are coming up. So we do have transportation available as well through this program.
So there's always even if you don't have a skill at painting or fixing, doing repairs, you can always do something if you want to give a little bit back.
Do repairs, drive, even cook.
Oh, I'd be up for that.
There you go.
When I'm 55, I'm signing up. It's not that far away. Okay, Jim, thank you very much for joining me. This has been really informative, and I think our residents will be very appreciative of this information. Hopefully, they'll be giving you a call for more information.
Well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. And thank you for joining me today on the Senior Resources Show. I'll see you next time.